We are currently in the midst of a mass extinction event in the history of life on Earth, warns an international research team in a new scientific research review published in the journal Science. Now, this research was conducted by several high-profile universities and scientific teams. To name a few: Stanford University, the University of California, Santa Barbara, Sao Paulo State University in Brazil, the National Autonomous University of Mexico, the National Environment Research Council Center for Ecology and Hydrology in England, and the University College London. Throughout the history of life, our planet has gone through some mass extinction events characterized by dramatic drops in species diversity. Now, unlike prior mass extinctions, which were caused by natural phenomenon, the current mass extinction is caused exclusively by the activity of a single species, namely human beings. In the new research paper, the researchers focus on the severe drop in animal diversity that has occurred as part of the mass extinction. They have dubbed this dramatic loss of animal life the Anthropocene defaunation. That is, the destruction of animal life associated with the era of human domination of the planet. In reviewing the research, the study authors found that more than 320 species of terrestrial vertebrates have gone extinct since the year 1500, and the remaining species have had their populations decline by an average of 25%. Among vertebrates as a whole, 16 to 33% of all species are considered either threatened or endangered. The rates of decline are highest among larger animals, which tend to grow and produce more slowly than smaller animals and need larger areas of habitat to sustain them. The loss of large vertebrates may have a cascade of ecological effects, the researchers warned. For example, studies found that areas of Kenya where large animals such as zebras, giraffes, and elephants have been extirpated quickly became overgrown and experienced a boom in the population of rodents. This led directly to an increase in the rate of certain human diseases. Lead author Rodolphe Dirzo says, where humanity density is high, you get high rates of defaunation, high incidence of rodents, and thus high levels of pathogens, which increases the risks of disease transmission. He continues, who would have thought that just defaunation would have all these dramatic consequences, but can be a vicious circle. The mass extinction is not limited to vertebrates. The researchers found that over the past 35 years, during which the human population has doubled, populations of most invertebrate species decreased by 45%. Invertebrates are animals without backbones, a vast category that includes everything from insects to spiders and from worms to a wide variety of ocean life. As with the loss of megafauna, the loss of invertebrates can severely disrupt an ecosystem and thereby have serious effects on human health. For example, 75% of the world's food crops are pollinated by insects. Invertebrates also provide key ecosystem functions such as decomposition and nutrient cycling. Dirzo says, we tend to think about extinction as loss of species from the face of the earth, and that's very important, but there's a loss of critical ecosystem functioning in which animals play a central role that we need to pay attention to as well. He continues, ironically, we have long considered that defaunation is a cryptic phenomenon, but I think we will end up with a situation that is non-cryptic because of the increasingly obvious consequences to the planet and to human well-being. The extinctions of both vertebrates and invertebrates are primarily caused by habitat destruction and climate disruption.